Alright guys, welcome sa ating weekly charting session. So Thursday na naman, so double header tayo. Yung daily charting session natin is now live. And if you want to watch that too, I put a link in the description box below. Okay, so hand in hand to, tulungan lang, just adding context, no? Alright, and guys, pangungunahan ko na, mag-apologize lang ako if meron tayong mga naririnig na background noises kasi as I've mentioned before in other videos, may ginagawa kasi rito na malapit sa may amin and medyo palapit na siya ng palapit. So kapag nagbabarena sila or something, medyo naririnig talaga no, through sa background noise. I've tried to study other programs to try and isolate yung mga audio files. Pero so far, di pa ako ganun agaling. So inaaral ko pa lang. So pasensya na guys if medyo may konting background noise. I do try to talk over it para mas hindi lang siya gaano ramdam. Okay? So sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, what we do dito sa weekly charting session is we assess the overall look of the market, kung ano nga ba nangyari for the past week. We'll take a look at the PSEI and the other sectoral indices. Okay? So let's start with the PSEI as always. So looking at the weekly chart, essentially, what happened this week was price tried to push down. But so far, bumalik lang tayo more or less sa open, no? So essentially, walang ganon nangyari. Okay? If we look at this sa daily chart, ganon nga yun. We tried to push up. We tried to challenge ito to break above tong right shoulder like we discussed in previous weeks. Okay? Nabitin ng konti, 7,000 acting as hard resistance. Then we push lower. Tapos sinala tayo na 6,700. If you remember, I was saying yung pullback kahit sa mga 6,665, okay pa. It's not the end of the world, no? Basta ang ayaw natin makita is yun nga, mag-break tong mga lows na to. Yun, medyo dehado talaga. But a healthy pullback is okay. Lalo na heading into Q4, para lang maganda yung buwelo. Kasi kapag madalas, hindi maganda yung mga pullback, laging dire-diretso lang. Usually, ganun yung mga mas precarious yung position eh. Okay? So, we just need to watch out for that. So, dito sa daily, ngayon, we try to push higher again today. Pero so far, nagkaantay na rejection, no? So, let's see what tomorrow brings. Let's see what Friday brings. Baka mangyari is we pull back a little lower. Let's see kung ano mangyayari. Maybe we conso a little bit. That would be okay din. Para lang meron tayong magandang foundation using that as a launching pad to move higher in the future. Okay? Again, if you're bullish, then what you want to eventually see is ma-break tong 7,064 to 71 na area. Okay? Pero as I said, okay lang na mag-pull back pa siya ng konti for me. Okay? This is just for me. Okay? Don't use what I say as financial or investment advice. This is all purely for educational purposes only. Okay? So, yan yung gusto ko makita sa PSEI. Okay? Hopefully, maganda yung galaw, maganda yung overall action natin, no? Kasi so far, we tried to push down, nag-reject din pataas eh. Tried to push higher, nag-reject din pababa. So baka nga mag-consume muna tayo. Pag tumuloy lang siya na mag-break nitong 7-1, at the very least, meron tayong minor pullback na nakuha, ganito. So at least, mas meron siyang basis, meron siyang foundation compared sa nung una na parang diretsyo ng ganyan pataas, yun talaga hindi maganda yung mga ganon. For me, hindi healthy tignan. Okay, so let's see what happens no in the future, in the next few days, weeks, kung anong mangyari dito sa PSEI. And sama-sama natin ito titignan. Every week, di po tayo magmimintes. Okay, we'll make sure na mag-release tayo ng video para mapag-usapan po to. Alright? Next, titignan natin yung mga sectoral indices. And like before, when we look at the sectoral indices, we'll only be looking at the weekly chart kasi di naman natin kailangan obserbahan yung minute movement niya. More of sentiment lang. Okay, right now sa PSE, we're still bullish ranging, no? Pero mas bullish nga, as I said, kung na-break yung 7-1 na area. Sa prop, okay, unahin natin yung prop. Ganun pa rin. Naka-head and shoulders pattern pa rin tayo. Bearish pa rin siya. For me, this week, we tried to break down do sa neckline. So far, nag-hold, no? Tapos we're holding, but we're still lower than last week's close. So essentially, wala sobrang nangyari, but not a favorite. it's not looking great. For me, medyo bearish pa rin yung itsura niya overall. Yes, it could just break up. Then if that happens, iba na usapan. But for now, as long as it stays within this tight range here, for me, it's more bearish ranging than anything. If it breaks below it, yun nga, breaks below the neckline, then baka bumalik tayo dito sa 2569 na area or even lower. Okay? Not my favorite sectoral index, no? Alright. Next, let's take a look at INDU. So INDU, last week, we tried to break higher. Medyo bumitin, no? Nag-pull back. This week, we're trying to break again, pero hindi natin pa na-exceed yung high from the previous week. So what's going on is essentially, we are consolidating in this tight area here, no? So around mga 10,000, 10,001 hanggang mga 10,300, mga ganon, more or less. Nagko-consolidate tayo doon. Baka ganun muna yung mangyari pang samantala. Okay, baka ganun muna yung mangyari, then mag-breakout, let's see. Pero as I said din, pwede rin mag-pullback muna ng konti, even slightly deeper, hanggang dito okay lang. Healthy pa rin yan kasi ito, maganda, di ba? We're stair-stepping up. Okay, maganda yung pag-form niya ng higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so overall, bullish pa rin. Bullish slightly ranging if only because we're consolidating in this area. If we collapse from that area, we break 9.7, still okay. But if we break 8.9, yun medyo delikado tayo, no? Kasi may na-break tayo na structural lows. Pag nag-break yon, medyo delikado. Baka mangyari nun is bumalik tayo dito sa 8.2, 8.3 na area or even lower. Okay? So, konting ingat lang, yun yung kailangan natin pangingatan. And again, if you're bullish, then we want to see either continued consolidation or a breakout from that consolidation, aiming for the next highs around here, which is around 10,800, more or less. Okay? So, yun po ang INDU. Next, let's take a look at finance. FINA. Okay, so same as every other week so far, no? Since we started this series, nothing has happened. It's still trapped within this range. Hindi ko pa rin siya dinodrawingan ng kahit ano kasi hindi ko kailangan drawingan ng kahit ano eh. We're still trapped within this range, albeit ngayon, nag-breakdown tayo. So if you can, let me zoom in. Meron tayong mini range na nag-form dito, di ba? We broke below it. If we close below that, then what we're trying to see next week is kung babawiin ba niya agad. Okay? Or, baka irita siya to sa ilalim, hindi kinaya, mag-hold as resistance, then we break down and challenge yung range lows. If we go back to range lows, then what we might want to look for is kung mag-hold ba yung support na yan, and then titignan natin kung meron pa tayong mga paborito na mga financial institutions, and then see kung meron ba tayong trade na makukuha from there na medyo range trade lang ang dating. Okay? Overall, slightly bearish pero ranging pa rin talaga eh. We're still stuck in this wideish range. Okay? Nothing has changed. Ganun pa rin. Okay? So, guys, I just want to take this time to ask na if you find this weekly charting session helpful, yung ganitong outlook natin, if you find it educational, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel, no? Yung sa mga ganong paraan kasi, yung alam ko lang na para mag-gauge ko kung nakakatulong ba tong content sa inyo, if you find it helpful, if you find it entertaining or whatever, doon ko lang siya nalalaman. Okay, I realize na marami pa akong kailangan matutunan with YouTube analytics and everything, but for now, it's one of the ways that I gauge kung okay ba yung mga videos, if it's a series na I should expand upon, I should continue, I should discontinue, and what have you. Alright? So, tuloy tayo. Next is holdings. So holdings, ganun din, no? Similar sa PSEI. Ganun nga, bumitin tayo ng konti from the right shoulder. This week, what we're trying to do is we tried to push down pero nagkaroon ng rejection, no? Nagkaroon tayo ng rejection, so we're waiting to see what Friday brings. If Friday, medyo bearish yung market, then this might close na mas bearish ng konti yung itsura ng candle. Maybe somewhere here, no? Then from there, we're looking to see na baka magkaroon siya ng konting pullback. Okay, I think I've mentioned this several times before na yung holdings talaga hindi siya ganun kadali i-gauge kasi nga yung company na, mga holding companies, since maraming kumpanya na nakatie-in sa kanya, ang hirap i-gauge yung actual value niya outright dahil it's so dependent upon yung performance nung basket niya, yung mga hawak niyang kumpanya. Whereas kunyari, Jollibee, tinitingnan mo lang is performance ni Jollibee. Kung kunyari Pure Gold, tinitingnan mo lang pure performance ni Pure Gold. Pero pag tinitingnan mo is Costco, then not only do you need to take a look at yung performance ni Pure Gold, titingnan mo rin yung SNR, titingnan mo rin yung iba pa. Alright? So ito tayo sa hold. Similar sa index, for a bullish na scenario is mag-break up tayo nitong right shoulder, which means na it could give us enough momentum para i-challenge tong high ng 7614, no? If we pull back, again, okay lang. What we don't want to see is ma-break tong trend line dito sa baba. Then from there, use that as resistance, then push lower. Okay? So, possible din na mag-range muna siya sandali. Okay? Mga patterns naman, nandyan lang yan to help us remember things. It doesn't mean na kailangan siyang sundan. Possible na mag-range muna siya sandali before it decides what to do. And that's okay too. Okay? It won't be the end of the world. Alright? Next, let's take a look at mini. Mining and oil. So, mining and oil, medyo nagkaroon tayo ng konting scare this week. Diba? Medyo na-break natin. Ano ba yan? Sabi ko nga, doon na lang tayo sa trend line. Nagkapakahirap tayo mag-drawing. Hindi naman tayo magaling. Diba? Alright, so something like this, no, yung itsura ng trend line niya. So it almost broke below it, di ba? Close, pero lumalaban pa siya. So what we want to see is kung ano yung gagawin niya moving forward. If we continue to break below itong low na to, like so, then we might push lower na instead na looking for a possible ascending triangle, baka mag-form na tayo ng range na mas malaki. Kasi right now, yung range natin, nagta-tighten na, nagko-compress, kaya tayo meron ascending triangle. Or even if you don't want to look at it as an ascending triangle, you do have this tight range here, no? Okay? So again, what we're looking for sa bullish scenario is a break to the upside. Okay? A break to the upside, possibly breaking 10.4. Then if we break that, malinis tayo, we can target mga 11.5 next around here, no? If we break below, ito naman, yung trend line or nung range, then we're looking na baka bumalik tayo, ma-revisit natin yung 8,066 na area. Okay? Ang mining parang very in flux talaga yun, no? Very news dependent. Konting may magandang mangyari kahit na, kumbaga parang may maamoy ka lang na konti. Nakaamoy ka lang ng fried chicken o ano, langis ng fried chicken. Tataas siya bigla. Pero konti rin lang, bigla siyang bababa. So parang it's very very roller coaster yung ride, no? Very roller coaster yung ride niya so far. So yun lang. Konting ingat-ingat lang. We're still looking out for the same things. Ito yung bearish scenario and then we pointed out yung bullish scenario. So far, it's looking less and less like na magpapatuloy yung ascending triangle, no? Kumbaga, moment of truth na sooner rather than later. So hopefully what that means is we break out to the upside and, you know, we all have a Merry Christmas. All right? And then finally, let's take a look at SERV. So service, no? Ito talaga tuloy-tuloy lang yung breakout from last week. Sabi natin, nagkaroon tayo ng bearish na candle. Wala, kinain lang, no? Ang lakas talaga. Okay? Patuloy lang ang pagtaas. Salamat sa mga glow, tell, and so on. Tuloy-tuloy lang, no? So, kung may mga hawak kayo within this industry, then congratulations. As I said, just make sure you trail your stops. Obviously, ito is very bullish. Okay? Ang next na possible untog nito is yung gap fill around this area hanggang nasa mga 2,019.90 na area, no? Possible gap fill there. If ma-fill natin yung gap dyan, tas tumuloy pa rin, then we can discuss it further. As I said, sama-sama naman tayo rito, linggo-linggo. Sama-sama natin ito tinitingnan, and I'll be sure to update you kung may mga maganda at may mga nangyayaring significant. Right now, obviously, may significant na nangyayari kasi talaga napaka-bullish ng sector na to. So again, if may mga hawak kayo sa sector na to, congratulations. Okay? Kahit anong angulo mo to tingnan, talagang bullish. Di man lang natin kailangan sabihin na bullish ranging or talagang bullish siya. Period. Okay? So hopefully, magpatuloy yung bullishness. But I think I've mentioned this before na ayaw ko talaga yung mga moves na sunod-sunod lang na ganito, mga green. Kasi usually yung mga ganyan, kapag mag-pullback, mabilis din nakakain. Kasi nga, wala siya gaanong na-form na base or support along the way. Okay? So it wouldn't surprise me and it wouldn't be very bearish kapag ka nag-pullback tayo. Kahit dito lang sa 1779 na area, okay pa yan. Kahit nga dito sa 1720, okay pa eh. Okay, ang wag lang talaga natin makita, which I'd highly doubt will happen, but could happen, so it's best to be prepared, is kung mag-break to all the way, kainin niya tong 1.5 by some miracle. I don't think it will happen. Kainin niya yan, tas mag-hold to as resistance and we push lower. Pag ganon, obviously sa layo pa lang na binaba niyan, tagilid na talaga. Hopefully by then, if it happens, even though it's unlikely, ay nakalabas naman kayong lahat with great profits, no? So alright guys, dun tayo nagtatapos sa ating weekly charting session. As always, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading.